I listen to a new K-pop song every day for 1 month. These are my reactions.
So what are some of the best parts about your experience so far diving into the K-pop industry? Well, thanks for having me, first of all. I would say the greatest part of my experience so far is just discovering the new music. I am an avid music fan, music listener, so just genuinely hearing new sounds and new styles that I haven't heard before, maybe haven't been exposed to, has probably been the best part of my process. And that is exactly what I've gotten from the K-pop world, is a lot of different blends of genres and styles, things that I don't really hear often, so I've enjoyed that. And the other thing I would say is just engaging with the fans. There's dedicated fan bases for pretty much every group that I've learned are pretty willing to provide information and give insight on things that you might not have known, or fill you in on like the concepts or the lore of the music videos, things like that. So that's been a very enriching process as well, is just being able to have those meaningful conversations with the people that already kind of know this stuff. And so you kind of touched on how K-pop is different from the music that you're used to or from the world that you're used to. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the differences there? So the K-pop world differs from what I'm used to quite a bit, actually. It's been actually kind of a culture shock getting used to the differences in the world and having to adapt to those things. So some of the ways I would say they're different, there's a huge legitimate business industry that has companies that train up kids to pretty much prepare to be the next idols of tomorrow. And that's something that I never would have thought was a thing. You know, it's not really a thing in America per se. So that's just something that I've had to get used to, is just seeing huge groups of people that have been training for like maybe up to 10 years just to be put on this stage with these groups of people. So that's common practice for them over there. So that's kind of a culture shock, like I said. And also just discovering that every group, like there's a lot of groups with like 7 people up to like 15 people that I've discovered. And also learning that those people don't all contribute in the same ways. Some people are there just to sing, some people are there just to rap, some people are there for dancing, some people are there literally just to look good. And that's something that I never would have thought was a thing. So that is a very interesting part of my discovery process, is finding out some of those little nuances, differences between the K-pop world and that of the Western world. And it is more than just a genre. It is an entire industry, a business. So that is very interesting and eye-opening. And along that, I've noticed just the stan culture, I would say, for all these groups. Like every group kind of has their own fan base that has their own name, and that people really identify with those groups, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that is a bit different from what I'm used to, where you're almost mocked for kind of being a stan in a way. With Western music, in the K-pop world, it's almost expected for you to kind of fall into a group of fans, a fan base. So that's been pretty interesting as well. I kind of like that. It's kind of a refreshing feeling that way. So that's been very eye-opening as well. And I also like that K-pop kind of does everything extra. Everything's over the top, you know. Their songs have all these different influences in them a lot of times. The music videos are extravagant and high production value, high quality. Everything is kind of top tier and maxed out, I feel like. They do everything big. So I kind of like that too. That's a little different from what you would see with typically what I'm used to. So that's been pretty cool. So that leads me to another good question. What have been some of the greatest challenges for you diving into the new K-pop world? So I would say some of my greatest challenges so far would be, one, adjusting to the expectations, or lack of expectations. So there's quite a bit of difference between what I'm used to in the K-pop world in the way that groups are formulated. So these groups are big, you know, there's a dozen people sometimes, and they all don't contribute in the same ways. So that's been an adjustment to me, not having the expectation of certain sounds or certain qualities from groups that might not have that as their strength. You know, some of the groups are there for the dancing, or they're more performance-based. So there are different qualities that come with the groups that I have to learn and adjust to as well. It's not just all about singing. So that's been a kind of a culture shock, kind of a learning curve for me, and also just getting used to the sheer amount of people in the groups. I'm not used to that. But I would say also another challenge is just learning how to navigate the line of wanting to blind react and give my first impressions of all these different groups, because I know nothing about this world, right? But also, a lot of the fans don't really know that I don't know about the world. So sometimes it's kind of hard to walk the line of giving my honest first reaction while also, you know, trying to be definitely respectful, but also, you know, kind of trying to tailor to it so I'm not too against the mainstream, you know, to be honest. So that's been a bit of a challenge as well, and I've definitely gotten some feedback on it, and I'm trying to learn that and overcome that learning curve for sure. With that, it's also been a bit of a challenge trying to be like super descriptive of what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, but also not trying to compare members and compare groups at all. That's kind of a fine line I have to walk as well. Me personally, I just like to speak my mind, but I understand that comes off different ways to different people, and also I'm new in this territory, and it comes with the territory. I have to learn how to navigate, how to walk, and how to talk. It's just how it is. So that's about as far as those challenges have been for me. Other than that, from a technical standpoint, it's been a bit challenging just being able to make the videos. My computer just isn't strong enough apparently, so I haven't been able to just stream directly from YouTube. I've had to download my videos beforehand, which definitely improves the quality 100 times. But it means I can't bring the subtitles with me. So that's been a bit of an issue, trying to figure out how to balance having the subtitles, but also having the highest video quality that I could possibly provide. So, but that's something that's only going to come the more I do it, and I plan to have a solution to that very soon. And from what I understand, you've indulged in a few different groups now, right? You don't like to stick with any particular group for too long, is that correct? Yeah, so some of the groups that I've been fortunate to indulge in have been Enha. They got me started on my journey, K-pop journey. Ateez, and then I ventured into Stray Kids, I believe. And all of these groups I've liked so far, by the way. Extended Heroes, got a couple in there. One of the later groups I got into was EXO. And then Tomorrow by Together as well. They all kind of have their own vibes, different things about them that I have really enjoyed. Some of them I've enjoyed more for the vocals, maybe for the harmonies, specifically the melodies maybe. There are some that have like a negative or darker kind of tone to their music that I've kind of enjoyed as well. Some of the groups are more performance based, and they bring that energy that's just hard to match, you know, and hard to dislike. And I've definitely enjoyed that as well. And then there are some that just have the music video component, the cinematography of it, the choreography, things like that I love to see in the videos, and that catches my eye every time. So there's really a lot of different things I like about each group. I can't really like rank them or anything like that, and I wouldn't want to, but I really enjoy different things about each group. I think they all bring something unique to the table, so I've enjoyed that. And I do plan to get into a lot more as well. So tell me a little bit more about this community on YouTube. I understand that's how you engage with your fans and where you post On My Radar, which is what you plan to react to in the near future. Is that correct? Yeah, so the community, first of all, thank you for 1,000 subs. You guys are great. I wouldn't have much of a community without you guys. So what that is on YouTube, I do try to keep that going and keep engaged with that. I look at all the comments. I try to respond to every single comment when I can, and I think I've done a pretty good job of that. I try to keep some polls, some interesting polls to get people's opinions and things like that, maybe get insight on the next video I should drop. And then also, because I reached 1,000 subscribers, being able to provide different perks for like membership perks, things like that. I haven't really promoted that yet. I'm trying to get myself going, but that is definitely something I plan to bring to the table, bring more of, utilize more, having like members only videos, priority replies, custom reaction videos, things like that. Things that I think will be more engaging for the audience, for the people that enjoy my reactions and want to stick around. I understand that I'm still building that fan base up, so I don't expect anything too much right now, but I do expect to pick that up in the future because I am thoroughly enjoying this engagement. We'll definitely be looking forward to those membership perks. What about the upcoming music? Can you tell us more about what you plan to react to in the future? Yeah, so you can look on My Radar to see some of the groups and songs that I plan to react to next. Some of those will be like BTS, P1 Harmony, and Team, aespa, different groups like that. There's quite a few on there. Feel free to leave a comment, and I usually just add it to the radar. So it's a running list. It'll get pretty long probably. So there we have it, guys. Thank you, SilverDollar, for your time and your very thoughtful, insightful answers. Hopefully you all got a lot of the questions answered today, and you all enjoyed the video as much as we enjoyed making it. There will be plenty more like this on the way. Hopefully SilverDollar will be reacting for a long time in the future. So stay tuned. Definitely follow the community. Stay engaged with that for upcoming updates and things like that. We hope to see you all around very soon.